The truth about why you refuse to ask for help. We live in a culture that worships the self made person. We praise the hustle, the grind, and the badge of honor that says, I don't need anyone's help. I have got it. But if you peel back the layers of that fierce independence, we really find true strength. More often than not, we find a deeply tired nervous system. Remember, hyper independence isn't an achievement, it is just a coping mechanism. It is a subconscious blueprint of someone who learned very early in their life that the people who were supposed to protect and support them couldn't be relied upon. If your first instinct when you're drowning is to tighten your grip and refuse to ask for help, then today's video is just for you. Drop your shoulders, take a deep breath, and let's talk about why are you so terrified to let people in. To heal hyperindependence, we have to look at the exact moment your somatic blueprint was formed. As children, we are really designed to rely on our environment for survival. We cry when we are hungry, we reach out when we are scared, and we look for emotional co regulation. But what happens when those cries go unanswered? What happens when you look at the adults around you and realize they are too overwhelmed, too volatile, or too emotionally absent to hold space for your needs? Your young nervous system makes a brilliant evolutionary pivot to keep you safe. It shuts down the biological urge to reach out. It adopts a foundational core belief: if I want it done right, I have to do it myself. Needing people is dangerous. Now, fast forward 20 or 30 years, and that childhood survival strategy is still running your adult life. When you refuse to ask your colleague for support, or when you completely shut down when your partner tries to take care of you, this isn't you being capable. This is your inner child wearing a suit of heavy armor, assuming that if you drop it, you will be abandoned all over again. Now, this brings us to a major point of confusion in the self healing journey: the difference between walls and boundaries. When people first start learning about mental health, they often think building boundaries mean pushing everyone away. But a boundary is like a door to your house. It gives you the agency to say who is to come in, how long they stay, and when they need to leave. It keeps you safe while allowing connection to flow. A wall, however, has no doors. A wall is built out of stone, designed to ensure that no one can ever get close enough to you to hurt you again. But here's a tragedy of hyper independence: the exact same wall that keeps out disappointment also keeps out love, intimacy, and genuine community. What happens? You end up completely isolated, trapped inside a fortress of your own making, exhausted from carrying the weight of a life that was meant to be shared. True healing doesn't mean becoming completely untouchable. It means learning how to install a door in your wall and trusting yourself enough to know who to let through it. So, how do we begin to soften this armor? Remember, you cannot simply think your way out of this hyper independence. You have to condition your body to tolerate the discomfort of receiving. Here are three small daily somatic practices to shift from isolation to healthy interdependence. First, start micro dosing vulnerability. You don't have to share your deepest trauma today. Just start by asking for help with something small. Ask someone to pass a dish, ask a partner to pick up the groceries, or let your friend hold the door. Notice the immediate urge in your body to say, no, I have got it, and consciously practice staying silent instead. Second step is to track the somatic resistance. When someone offers to do something for you, notice what happens to your physical body. Does your chest tighten? Do you hold your breath? Do you immediately feel an obligation to pay them back? Just sit with that discomfort for 60 seconds without reacting to it. Third is to reframe your perspective on community. Realize that when you refuse to let people help you, you're actually denying them the joy of loving you. Allowing someone to support you isn't a sign of weakness, it is the ultimate act of relational trust. Dropping the weight of hyper independence is terrifying because vulnerability feels like a risk to an unhealed nervous system. But remember, you were never meant to carry the entire world on your shoulders, and it's okay to rest, it's okay to be supported. If this message brought a sense of relief to your body today, make sure to listen to our deeper conversations on Spotify episode Walls versus Boundaries. You can hit the subscribe button, join our self filling community, and let's practice letting the love in together. Take a deep breath and take care of yourself. I will see you in the next video.